Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm looking a little bit fancy today, guys, because, well, we had a doctor's appointment, me and the missus, because we had to see, just check up on the baby, because, the missus is 12 weeks, almost 13 weeks pregnant, so we were a little bit busy, had some stuff to do in town. And, well, we kind of know the gender, but we're not revealing it. We're trying to make like a gender reveal party in about a month when the missus' parents will come over. So, yeah, I guess that's the reason why you see me like really nice and sharp dress for today. But what I want to talk about today is about some of the new champions, just one of the new champions that I have had a look, and when I went through all of the new champions in the game, I really thought that somebody stuck out, like, there were a few that actually stuck out, but I really liked the look of Petrifya Rocktooth, okay? She seems to be really good because honestly she brings a pretty interesting kit, and the way that I would kind of compare her and what I'm actually calling her is, I guess, the new Frozen Banshee, or somebody can be frozen better than Frozen Banshee, but I'm specifically talking about when it comes to the Demon Lord clan boss, okay? Because, well, Frozen Banshee we all know is the queen of the clan boss when it comes to poisons, or not necessarily the queen of clan boss, but when it comes to poisons, she's definitely top tier. Like, there's nobody that is as good as her when it just comes to straight poison capabilities for a rare especially, okay? So that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm just moving some gear while I'm talking, because I did some pretty simple and straightforward tests where I used kind of the same gear, the same team, and I just tested them. I just tested straight up Frozen Banshee versus Petrifya Rocktooth, because I felt like that was the best way to test it, and there's going to be a few screenshots. But first of all, let me show you exactly the team that I ran, so that you guys have an idea. I didn't want to go and rebuild everything and go crazy with the whole rebuilding process. I just went straight ahead, and in my Misfu, where I usually use Dracomorph, I just used both of the champions, okay? So this is gonna be, like I said, maybe not the best type of comparison, but you have to hear me out, okay? First of all, let's quickly go again through the Misfu so you see exactly what speeds that you need in case you're trying to build this team yourself. So, first of all, we have Fushan that's running at 185 speed, okay? He's in there for his speed lead that is 24%, and the way that I use him, myself, for example, is just have these ones turned off, because if you have somebody else in the team that brings decreased defense, and all the other debuffs, you don't really care about him doing the decreased defense for you. You just use him for his A1, and that's gonna do a ton more damage than all of his other skills. Then we have Demetha that's running at 290 speed, okay? And you have her prioritize the A3 first, and then the A2 second. Then you have Demetha, which you would have her A2 run as first priority, because otherwise she might not use it all the time to do the cleanse. So make sure you always have, for a Misfu comp or any Ares comp that you're using, make sure she prioritizes the A2 if you need her to do that, and she's running at 261 speed. Then we have Seeker that has priority, the A2 as the first priority is the only one, but still make it priority, but just open with the A1, okay? And he's running at 184 speed. And then in the last slot, you would have the DPS that is running at 167, okay? So this is the speed that you need your DPS in this team to be able to run the Misfu comp. And if you do not have specifically Fushan and you're trying to do a different variation, keep in mind that for this team to be affinity friendly to work everywhere, you need to have one force DPS in the team. Otherwise, on Spirit Affinity, it will not work, because Ares will be taking the stun, okay? So that's something really important to keep in mind. Also, if you're trying to use, like I said, somebody else, maybe you don't have Fushan, but you have somebody else that you're bringing in there that brings you a speed lead, you can, you can adjust your speed just by using Deadwood Jedi's calculator, and that should be able to, it should give you some good ideas of how to do it. Let me just quickly open up Deadwood Jedi's website so I show you what I'm talking about. So if we write, I think it's called the Misfu, or Full Mets, one of the two. But if we go over here, it's gonna show you, exactly what you need, what speeds there are, and so on, and you can easily swap this all over to the team that you want. I did a variation with this that I called it a Euromyth, where I used Eurogrim in the lead for his lead. So as an example, let's say we go over there and you see, okay, these are the speeds exactly as I showed you with the 24. Let me make it a bit bigger so you guys can see. You see, it shows here the 24 speed aura from Fushan, okay? So if you don't have Fushan and you're gonna use somebody else, then make sure you change this one. And what you have to keep in mind is the true speed, okay? You have to keep in mind, okay, if I'm going to change it, I still need Demeter to be 314, I still need Ares to be 283, I still need whoever's going to be in this DPS spot to be 210, Seeker to be 208, and then whoever's going to be this spot, 190.84, okay? So, like, for example, you put 19%, there's like, okay, wait, this changed. Go back to 314, and then this one, you get the gist. Just tweak with it so that you always have, after you're done, you should always have the variation go like this. Okay, let me just show you. So you have to, after you do your swaps, you have to have it always be like this. From turn 5, block damage always happening. Demeter doing the A3, Ares being always the first one. That's priorities. So this is just like, you know, a quick run through of the basics of the Mitsu. Another quick thing that I want to mention about the Mitsu is the fact that retaliation and revenge accessories are gonna be your best friends. Okay, they are gonna be your best friends because the more you counterattack, the better. Compared to, like, you know, the block damage comps are different to the unkillable ones, where on the unkillable ones you play around with the masteries and you're gonna use this, the retribution and war masters, to do a ton more damage. Well, this one you don't lose any HP, so you're gonna want to have some retaliation, some revenge, so you have more hits in there. But let's have a quick look now at the comparison that I want to talk about. So let's start with the first one, okay? So first one is the Frozen Banshee team, okay? So the Frozen Banshee team, where I actually had using Fushan's decreased defense, you see we did 80.3 million and Frozen Banshee did 32 million, okay? So solid overall damage, definitely a 1 key Ultra Nightmare still. Then if we have a look at the other one, this is something that's really interesting, and this is going to be more relatable for more of you out there, depending on the team that you build, is this one. We did 69.07 million, so not quite a 1 key. The reason for that is, well, on this one, I disabled Fushan's decreased defense, and we just had, you know, Frozen Banshee still did a ton of damage, respectable damage, 31 million, but everybody else did a lot less damage, okay? This is not even a 1 key, so the reason why I'm saying this one's so important, more relatable, is in case you're not using this type of a team, but you're making a different team where you do not have, you know, somebody else that brings a decreased defense, or somebody that brings something else apart from the decreased defense, that's where Frozen Banshee is not going to be as good. Because in order for Frozen Banshee to be really good as a DPS, you need her to either go on a 2-to-1 ratio, like the Mitsu goes, okay, or like any other comp like that, or you need an ally attack champions to work with her so she places a ton of those poisons. So this is her with the normal comp with Fushan not using the decreased defense. Now let's have a look at Petrifya Rocktooth. Well, check this out. She did a 1 key damage, okay? You're gonna see that her damage is not as good as Frozen Banshee. Like, she's what, 8 to 10 million less damage than Frozen Banshee. However, she enables everybody else because of her kit, okay? You see, everybody else did a lot more damage. It's a 1 key, and now let's look at why, okay? I really believe that she's you know, in most progressing teams, okay, early, mid, and maybe even creeping into the late game, I do believe Petrifya is gonna be better than Frozen Banshee because, well, first of all, like this, she brings a decreased defense on the A1, okay? Normally it's a baby version, but if you have poison sensitivity, she brings the big version of decreased defense on each hit, okay? This goes up to a 35% chance. That's massive, straight up. So as an example, you have maybe a Gnut that you maybe did as the last fusion. You bring Gnut with her in the same team. You have decreased defense, you have weaken, you have decreased attack, and then you also have poisons and poison sensitivity because, well, she does an AoE double attack with a chance to place maybe decreased attack, which you don't care about, but you also have a chance of placing a poison hit on this one, okay? It's not 100%, it's 75, but it still helps because it's a double hitter. It can be good, you know, maybe for some other areas as well. Then at the same time, this is another skill that's pretty awesome. Attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 35% chance of placing a poison sensitivity for 2 turns. If all hits land on the same target, places a poison. So this one guarantees a poison and has a really big chance to land poison sensitivity because it's 3 hits and it can happen on each hit. she's not perfect, she's not ideal, but keep in mind, she's a rare. So for a rare, for a progressing account, bringing poison sensitivity, poisons, and even the baby decrease attack, if you don't have somebody else, also decrease defense on the A1, plus an ally accuracy in all battles, makes her to be a pretty good clan boss champion. And that's what I really wanted to show, and I wanted to make a showcase on Petrifya because I believe she's somebody worth keeping an eye out for if, you know, you're somebody that's still progressing through the game, or you're debating like, should I really go for this fusion, or would it be better for me to keep some of these, you know, or some of the rares. I cannot show it because it's on the actually I can main account. Let me just check. So if you look on the main account, she is one of the rares from this fusion. So definitely keep an eye out and think, do you really need this fusion, or would you rather keep this one? And honestly, I'm gonna have at least one more video showcasing Longsword Thorax as a clan boss champion as well. So definitely keep an eye out for my channel, as this is gonna come the next few days, and it should give you guys an idea of what's better. Keep some of the rares and make a few epics, or just go for the legendary. But yeah, anyway, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.